Hey everybody, happy Friday night. It is time for Passages, our Call of Cthulhu series. My name is Bolthra. Welcome to the show. We already lost somebody. Oh, great. It's gonna be, the curse is struck again. But anyway, well, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. Please be sure to give us a like and let us know how you like the show and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my players. I'm going to pick on one who hasn't blacked out yet. So let's go with Maura first and let us know who you're playing.
I'm playing Loretta Lacard, and she's an anthropologist.
Alrighty. And Vala, who are you playing tonight?
I'm playing Vala Siegel, and she is a parapsychologist.
Alrighty. And I don't know if Aloysius is there. Going once?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, we will soldier on. The curse is now struck Aloysius. I suppose I'm next. So if we don't have a game next week, you'll know what happened. Yeah, what we're going to do tonight is we're gonna take care of a little bit of housekeeping first. In the last game, a couple players had some amazing successes with rolling. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them their updates with that. Aloysius, are you there? Wave if you can hear me. Nope, I think you're frozen. The curse is struck again. All right. Well, we're gonna come back to you in just a bit. So again, we had some folks who had some amazing rules last week. So what we want to do is we want to try to progress their skills to see if they're going to get better at these things. So we're going to start with Vala first. What I want to have you do is I want to have you roll your brawl, please.
Okay.
And you did not succeed. Okay. Let's have you roll your dexterity.
Okay.
And you did succeed because I think you had a 50.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now you want to roll a d10, please.
Okay. Let's see if that's the way I do it again. No? Public roll. Maybe it's down here.
I don't know if it'll let you do it on here. I was looking to see if there was an option to just, I think it's something they have to add into the thing. If you have some dice there, just go ahead and roll it yourself, or I can roll it for you.
I do not currently know where my dice are.
I will roll it for you then. You got a 6. So
Okay.
what you're going to do is on your character sheet, you're going to increase your dexterity by 6.
Awesome.
Okay. And then when you're done with that, we have one more for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to roll your intelligence, please.
Come on, success. No success.
Your intelligence. Oh, that's right. Your intelligence is only like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
she's,
like one of the crappy rolls that I
Yeah.
rolled when we were creating the characters. Everything else was like nice, and intelligence and strength were just like, nope. And it's like, okay.
Okay. Well. All right. So let's move on to Loretta. You had an amazing success in Brawl last week, so I want to have you roll your Brawl, please.
Okay.
And no. Okay, so you do not get to increase anything. So, well, let's see where my friend Aloysius is. Looks like he's suffering under the curse here. Let's just give kind of a quick recap from last night, or last week. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go through the chat first. I'm sorry, guys. Hello, Crash. Hello.
Hello.
And we have an Algernon Blackwood.
Yay!
Blackwater.
Blackwood, Blackwater, whatever.
We love technical difficulties right out the gate. We love that.
It's the curse, and next week it's got to be me next week. So,
Apparently so.
Hello, Jen. Thank you for joining. Okay, and Foundry,
all right,
I'll just type roll.
Okay.
And Vala, if you want to try that, I know there's there's a spot though. There's like a text bar or something. Is it under public role? I think you.
It is, and I had tried that, but we shall try it again.
Roll.
Yeah, it says it's not a valid chat message.
Okay. Try it in just below where you see public role.
Ah, okay. There has to be a space between the roll and the.
You got it. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So
there we go.
We'll handle that stuff. Thank you, Crash. I knew there was a way to do it. So. And hey. Okay. So yeah, we need to make a couple rolls for Algernon. So you're gonna first try your brawl roll, please.
Okay, give me one moment. You're
not in. I'm sorry.
No, I was, and then I exited. I was, and then things were not acting right. So then I left, and I'm trying again.
Okay.
Okay, I am in. Okay, so roll for brawl.
Yes, please.
Okie doke. Roll.
And not a success. Roll your occult, please.
Well, since we're upping them, aren't I supposed to roll higher than my current skill?
I thought you were supposed to succeed at it.
No, you're only supposed. Well, that's what you're normally supposed to do. But when you're rolling for a improvement check, you have to roll higher than your current total in order to improve it.
So I've already screwed up tonight. Okay. So let's.
Because otherwise, you're not doing anything different than a normal roll. That's why it's easier to improve things that you're bad at and harder to improve things that you're good at.
That would make sense. Okay, well, let's find that again here. Okay, well, where was that again? Sorry, I'm just looking it up in the book here. Because I know there was... Okay. Let's... I'm going to just take a step back. Vala, I believe you increased your dexterity.
Mm-hmm. But I can bring it back down.
No. We'll just leave it. Yeah,
okay.
that was my fault. So we'll leave that one alone. But you did increase. So technically, you were then you succeeded in increasing your brawl.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have you roll a D10 for that, please. Okay, so that increases by 2.
And then what about my intelligence?
We're going to do the same thing. Roll your we're going to just roll a D10 for your intelligence.
Okay.
All right, that's a healthy 6. All right, she's up to I think a 21 now or something.
Yes.
Okay, Loretta, you're going to roll a D10 then, and let's see what you increase your brawl by.
Okay.
Nice. 7.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, if I screwed up, we'll rule in your favor. So let you guys take advantage of that. So okay. So then Algernon, you did succeed at your brawl. So roll your D10 to see what you increase that by.
Okie doke.
I got too many systems in my head.
3.
3. Okay, so you increase that by 3.
Okay.
And then occult. I think you had. Yeah, I think occult you had failed at, or whatever. So I think you want to increase your occult now, or am I getting it backwards? Yeah. Well, yeah, just roll.
Okay. That does not go up. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right, and then your spot hidden.
Yep.
Yeah.
That does increase.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, I'm forgetting the front slash. Very important.
Yeah. Front slash roll space 1d10. Yeah. Nice.
5.
Okay. Awesome, guys. Okay. All right. I will get the hang of these rules eventually. So okay. So let's give we're kind of giving a short recap of what we did last week. The characters had been aboard the the ferry, the Morning Star, bound from Providence to Boston. Turns out there was some kind of cult or something aboard the ship that was looking to sacrifice people in the middle of the ocean to sharks. Our quick-witted investigators to be at first hid and then decided to strike out, and then suddenly became a ninja team and dove at all sorts of angles and slew one of the cult members. They did almost stop the ceremony. The boiling pot of cabbage boiled in swamp water did get poured all over the nefarious leader, kind of reducing him to a pile of mush.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about it.
Oh, curse you, Crash! Don't get that song in everyone's head. So, and they were rescued by the Coast Guard, and so far everything seemed pretty okay. I mean, the Coast Guard was kind of investigating what happened on the ship, but everybody reached land and went on about their lives. Now we're about a year later, And we're actually kind of flashing back to what we started episode 1 with, where Algernon has come to the St. Thomas Club, has been led to a private meeting room. And when he steps in, he sees several figures that he recognizes. So what I'd like to do is, and I put my players on the spot, is tell me, this is a year later, tell me if they've changed at all any, tell me how they're dressed. And I kind of want to know kind of what they've been doing in the past year. I know Vala was attempting to do some research, and we're gonna get to that in just a bit. But I want to kind of just get a quick update if anything's changed with the characters in the past years. So let's start with Loretta first.
She's definitely a little bit more wary of people that she doesn't know in places that she's never been before. She's still wearing her typical anthropology getup. And she tries not to think about that night.
Yeah, unfortunately, she got an invitation to come to this club from Professor Beauregard. And at first, she's probably looking at it she's like, oh, God, the old guy from the ship.
The talkative one.
Yeah. She's like, the letter seems sincere. It's raining out. I got nothing else to do tonight. I'll go see what he wants. So,
Yeah.
Again, going to places with strangers, that kind of thing. But what she said she'd try to avoid. But hey, we all.
She knows them, kinda.
That's true. I almost died with them. That was.
I went through a traumatic experience with them. So if anything, we're friends for life now.
Exactly.
Shared trauma, yay!
Trauma bonding, yay!
How does or really kind of Vala, what's she looking like now a year later?
Still not dressed in typical women's fashion.
Okay.
Still a little awkward with the social skills. She has been doing a lot more research, though, in occult items.
Definitely, and we will get to her research in just a moment. And Mr. Blackwater.
Algernon is a bit less outgoing these days. More anxious. He's sort of like always at least like a little on edge these days. And he more or less dresses how he did before, like the last time everybody saw him, but he's a little less put together. Like he's a little more disheveled looking.
Oh, okay.
As for like what he's been up to, I'd say he's sort of just like keeping his heads in the books, and trying to like look more into all the weird stuff that he experienced and like what it could be tied to and all that. He's very paranoid about it.
I don't know why. One thing I neglected to mention, for all the characters, your luck, any magic points you might have spent, which I don't know if anyone did, and all of your health points have been restored back to full.
Woo!
So you're gonna just.
What about sanity?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep. Sanity is lost. That one I play kind of tough on.
No, you told me differently at the end of last session, so now I gotta remember where I was at. Because I reset it already.
I changed my mind. So.
Okay, well now I gotta remember where I was at. We'll just say 45 and call it good, I guess.
That works. Yeah. Yeah.
I would.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I would also argue that Loretta was doing some research just on the side, whatever she was doing with her archaeology.
Okay. Well, what you guys were up to, and Vala had wanted to do some research on the keys that were found. And there was also the bottle that was
Yes.
found.
Um,
So, a colleague of Vala's had suggested a woman named Marta Ackerström, a Swedish researcher with great experience into Viking lore, because from what she could tell, they look like Norse runes on the key. And the bottle, and this is something that if Loretta wanted to do any research, and she can do research on the keys as well if she'd like. The bottle, the writing still seemed like gibberish. Just no one seems to recognize kind of what this is, kind of where it's from. Now with the keys, Loretta has, because obviously there's no internet, there's no easy cameras. What she's done is she's written a letter to Ms. Ackerström and drawn, to the best of her ability, on a piece of paper what she thought the runes looked like, so that she could send this to Ms. Ackerström to get her opinion on it. Now, what I'd like to do is I would like to have Vala roll. And let me get the one. I would think she would perhaps be using either persuade or perhaps something like fast talk to get Miss Ackerstrom to, well, first of all, reply, and perhaps give her opinion on what she perhaps thinks these symbols mean. So I will give you your choice.
What about charm?
You. Well, this is.
Would charm be more verbal?
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Persuade.
In that case,
to me,
I'll go with persuade.
Persuade, I think, would be more, I implore you to, take this seriously. And, maybe she doesn't reveal everything she knew about it, but.
Oh, that's a big fat no.
Okay. Yeah, that didn't work too well. How about Loretta?
What about library use?
You know what? I'll let you re-roll with library use, because you know what? That's honestly probably a better choice.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Loretta, would you like to use library use? Maybe looking at the model again yourself.
Yeah.
Having some knowledge of old stuff. Can't think of the words tonight. I'm old.
Old stuff.
Okay, 40. Yeah. You definitely, I think, as you guys discerned last time, you definitely know it is not a Latin-based language, and it doesn't seem to be any language that you can determine, other than maybe it is from another culture that maybe you're not as familiar with, maybe like African languages, Aborigine languages, perhaps from Australia. But you're like, there's some structure here. This isn't just somebody just writing random letters. So you're on to something, but you're not quite sure what you found just yet. Algernon, anything specific you were working on during the year? I don't know if you had access to the keys.
No.
They were shared with you.
Yes, I was gonna say, I also don't think he was I think he was freaking out below decks when they sort of looted the key off the guy's corpse.
I believe so, yeah.
So I don't think he would really have knowledge of the key. So he would mainly be focusing on sort of potential like cult groups or like archaic like spirits or deities associated with sharks or something along those lines.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have you make a library use roll as well to see
Okey-doke.
kind of what maybe you've stumbled onto something.
Roll. No.
Okay, he maybe just drinking a lot of absinthe and staring blankly into candles. I don't know.
A little bit of opium, a little bit of cocaine, you know.
Yeah, I'm just getting
Oh.
just getting frustrated with
Yeah.
the lack of selection in this library.
And when you've arrived at the St. Thomas Club, you are greeted by Beulah Sidebottom, the young nurse who was looking to eventually become an MD at some point. She kind of reintroduces herself to, and everyone arrives. Professor Beauregard is there. He really has taken a downturn in the past year. Oh God, that's terrible, Crash. That's really one of the worst dad jokes I've seen in quite a while. But we love you for it. Yeah, Dr. Beauregard has really kind of taken a turn. His health, and he does remember you all. He's definitely wheelchair bound now. He's very frail. You probably sense that the events aboard the Morning Star were definitely harder on him at his advanced age than yours. But he does, once everyone's kind of settled, he kind of calls the meeting to order in a weird way. And he says, "It was no random accident that we were all witnesses to the atrocities aboard that ship. I believe the universe has called upon us to uncover this evil. And I know you have all been studying different things during the year. And I'd like to know perhaps what you've found out in the year." And he kind of turns and looks at Algernon hopefully.
Algernon is sort of like standing off to the side, sort of like leaning against a wall, and is sort of like avoiding eye contact with it. He's listening, but he's like avoiding eye contact with anybody, and is sort of just like dismissively hand waves off his request.
Vala actually just that day, or no, excuse me, we're going to say maybe like a week before this. Got to get my timing straight. Ms. Ackerstrom did reply to your letter, and is very excited to see the keys in person. She said, based on your drawings, the runes on the key refer to a shark or a sea beast of some sort. And she would like to see the keys in person. And she is actually arriving from Sweden into New York this morning, actually. We'll just keep it simple. And then she will be driving up to Providence to meet with her this evening.
Well, that's fortuitous.
It is. It is. Isn't it funny how that works? Just trying to think. Yep. And so we're going to say that you said all that.
Yes. I'm relaying all that information.
Okay. That's what I figured. And Loretta, you have a contact at a museum in New York who has studied African languages, Aboriginal languages, that kind of thing, and they'd be interested in taking a look at the bottle to see if they can discern anything from it.
Okay.
Now, Professor Beauregard seems very excited with all that news, and he's like, That's excellent. We will get a chance to bring our collective information together, and at a most fortuitous time. For I have some sad news to report that I believe the evil that we uncovered is once more coming to life. There have been people near the docks here in Providence are going mad, claiming they are seeing demons walking amongst them. Now, could this be the original crew of the Morning Star? I think not. I believe they were all slain. But were there more about than we knew about? And he kind of fixes everyone with kind of a steely gaze. This is the part where you discuss.
How many people are claiming that they're seeing demons?
5 or 6, we'll say. Various people who work around the docks, work in warehouses that service the docks, those kinds of things. Oh my God!
Do we know if not the crew that we defeated, but the original crew that we saved? Do we know if any of them are any of these people?
You do know one person. You're not sure if he's exactly. Good call. Yes, Lance. He now works in one of the warehouses that services the docks. You're not sure if he's one of those people, and honestly, the professor doesn't have names of saying, oh, Charlie and Mary said, they just people are going mad. And yes, yep. And it's more one of those. It's becoming kind of an urban legend kind of thing. But yes, Lance does work by. Good call.
Well, we might have to go visit him.
Okay.
Yeah. I suppose visiting the docks wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Professor Beauregard.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Have you learned anything new during this time that we've been apart? We've been doing our research. Have you done any?
I have. I made one more fateful trip out to the Morning Star. It's been still in the dock. I don't understand why they would continue to use that cursed ship. And I believe I have seen strange mists aboard the ship. And that's when Beulah kind of just pats him on the shoulder. She's like, well, you know, your eyesight is starting to go, Professor. And he's like, pish posh, I know what I saw, and I know that I have seen something nefarious aboard that ship. That evil was not cleansed.
Probably not.
Did you happen to see anything in the mists?
Sadly, no, that I could recognize.
Okay.
And he goes into a coughing jag. So
as old people do.
Right.
I hate to say it, I'm basing part of this character on my father. Sorry, Dad, if you see this. It's all meant with all respect.
Tom's dad, I hope you're watching this.
What are you trying to get us to do, Professor? Do you want us to investigate the ship more? Do you want us to investigate these people who are going mad and saying that they're seeing these demons?
I think the ship is an important part of of this mystery. However, if there are ordinary people working just on the docks who seem to be affected, it tells me it has spread, and that it is not isolated to this ship. My friends, I propose that we become a fellowship of sorts, a society dedicated to investigating this evil. And your dues will only be... No, just kidding. And you have to sell candy to pay for our class trip. No, but he's
small magazine subscription.
Exactly. No, but yeah, he does suggest that at some point he feels that you were all called for a reason. It wasn't just a random fact that you were all on the same ship together. That there's a reason, and he really thinks you ought to form a club. You guys are probably like, we'll get back to you on the club thing. Almost died last time, but I
mean, I'm here for it if we get a super cool name. So
and that's actually one thing I would like the players to start thinking about, is because I cannot come up with a name to save my life. Yeah. So, and I there you go. Perfect. Thank you, Crash. So yeah, that'll be something I'm also going to ask the players to start thinking about, is some super cool neato name for this club. But the professor really thinks that the people around the docks are probably more of a problem. But again, he thinks he saw something on the ship. So that's kind of really up to you guys. You do have a couple places you can look to do some investigating. And you can do, really you would have, you could go to see Lance, the warehouse he works at. You can investigate the Morning Star once again. And if you can't find Lance at work, somebody might be able to tell you maybe where he lives. So,
well, the ship is at the
Starfleet Club. Thank you.
Is the Morning Star at these specific docks, or is it okay?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So we could probably look for Lance first, and then check the ship.
Okay.
So it wouldn't it wouldn't be going out of the way.
No. It's not quite in dry dock. It is still on the water. It's just really been out of service for the last year. So.
Ship on the water.
Okay.
They're like, you have no idea. We had so much blood that we had to clean up last time, and that weird green juice, we just couldn't get it out.
And I mean their Yelp reviews were just terrible. So they just really decided to put it off
real
to the
1920s problem right there. Yelp reviews.
And also Vala, you have to remember that Miss Ackerstrom is going to be coming in this evening.
How close is the dock to where we currently are?
We'll say 5 blocks. So you can get in your new fancy automobiles and drive down there. You can walk. It was pretty heavy rain, so I don't suspect you want to walk.
And what time am I supposed to be meeting Miss Ackerstrom?
We'll say 7 p.m. You're meeting for drinks.
And what time is it now?
We'll say about noon.
About noon? Yeah, we could probably go stop by the dock first, and then we can all go meet with Miss Ackerstrom.
Okay. So everyone's leaving at the same time then?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see a reason.
Do we want to take one vehicle or multiple?
Is one vehicle gonna fit all of us?
It'll be snug. We will assume that Lawrence is with you, in case he's able to join tonight. We'll just assume he's tagging
He's
along.
just our silent partner tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got
Yes.
laryngitis.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, the four of you can fit in the car.
He's like, I'm getting over a sickness.
As he starts coughing like Professor Beauchard.
Oh no.
Like, it must be a professor thing. They're both hacking out a lung right now.
It must
Exactly.
be.
It's
Those
the book
dusty,
dust.
dusty universities.
Yes. Okay.
So which one of us has better drive? I've only got 20.
Oh, I definitely
Probably
did not
also
put.
have that.
I definitely did not put any points in that at all. So
We're not.
So
we're,
So whatever the default is what I got.
That's the 20,
we're not.
yeah.
We're not. We're not going to worry about a drive
Okay.
roll right now. If you were up, oh look at that! Hey, you were
Oh,
pretty
there
damn
you go.
close. If you were in like a chase or something like
Okay.
that, or yeah, you can. We're not going to worry about that. So exactly, yeah, you can ride on the
It's
side.
true.
You got your horn that goes "Auga." Yeah, you get down to the docks. There's a couple warehouses used for seafood processing, ship repair. You find out that Lance works at one of the ship repair. We'll say Henderson's boat repair. And when you arrive, it's just a little after lunchtime, so there's some people kind of coming and going. Big open door. You can see inside. There's a couple personal boats. Maybe way in the back, there's a large fishing boat that's being worked on. These are all like a dry dock kind of situation. But yeah, you kind of just walk up to the front opening of the warehouse. There's no receptionist or no, you guys could probably walk in if you wanted to, or you can ask around. There's a couple people kind of coming back and forth.
I'll just walk up to the first person I see.
And he's like, thank you, Crash. And he's like, hey, yeah, what do you want?
Hi, we're looking for Lance.
Lance, the new kid. Yeah, I think he's back helping with some of the welding, like in the back. Yeah, he's. I gotta go, lady.
All right, well then I'll just start making my way to the back.
I will
Okay.
follow.
Okay.
I will also follow tentatively.
Are you skulking?
No, not skulking, but definitely,
Yeah, you get to the back, and there's one guy who is doing some welding, and then you see a younger guy has a broom. He's kind of cleaning up some stuff in the corner, and he kind of looks up and he's like, he kind of recognizes you guys. And he's kind of gripping his broom like,
Hi, Lance.
hi. What are you doing here?
We heard some rumors, and we would like to see if you know anything about them.
I don't know much. I mean, I just, I'm not doing as good at work. Just kind of guy who sweeps up now.
Well, really, like, if you've heard anything, like, we've heard that people have been seeing things. Have you heard anything about that?
He's kind of starting to stutter. I see some things now. I've seen terrible things. What do they see?
They say that they see, like,
Demons.
demons?
And he kind of glances around, and he's like, just he's pretty frightful. If you can give me a persuade I'll let everyone make a persuade roll if you want to. He's pretty afraid. Close. Okay. Now.
I don't have any. I don't have persuade set, so I will.
Okay.
I will abscond from that.
Can I spend some luck?
Hey, you may spend 3 luck.
All right.
To. Okay. Yeah, and he's like, all right, just not here. I want to show you something.
Okay.
And he kind of leads you guys to kind of a back hallway, kind of at the end of the at the warehouse. Kind of leads you through, and he kind of goes to this little side door, and he's like, kind of waves you guys forward, and takes you in. And he says, what do you think of this? And on the wall, it's kind of a corrugated metal wall. There's symbols. There's symbols drawn on the wall in some kind of reddish, blackish goo that have kind of dripped down from the wall. And then if you look at the floor, there's similar symbols. And that's where I would like let's make a library use roll for anyone who wants to make one, looking at those symbols.
Can I go for occult instead?
Yeah.
I would say, seeing as this is not a library.
Oh my God. Okay, Loretta, we got to mark down your library use. So yeah, I'll let you roll that. Occult.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. Roll.
Can I also try the occult roll?
Well, you were using library before.
I did.
To research, so I'd like you to kind of stick with the method you were using for that.
Cool.
So, okay, so let's see. So, sorry, just trying to keep my notes here together. So Loretta had an amazing success at
she did.
at library use. Shit. Okay. Need a producer. Okay. Library.
I'll say also, Tom, in the future, library use is typically only used in a library, but continue.
Well, no. In this case, they were already doing prior research on these items, on these symbols. So that's why I'm going with library use for this.
Okay, I'm just saying. Typically, it only applies when you're in a library.
Well, in this case, they were already using that, so
it's just kind of to see if we recognized anything from our use.
I gotcha. Since it's like connected to a previous thing.
Yes. Yep. And you're going at it from the occult side of it. So, you recognize and especially Loretta, you recognize those same runes, kind of sloppily drawn, but there's those same runes drawn, and the liquid is it's slimy and gross, but it's not exactly fresh. And
is it like tacky? Like it's like kind of new but kind of old?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And Lance. And Lance is this. I found this here. I didn't tell anybody about it, but I've seen people coming and going around the docks. They're, I don't know. They didn't look like, I guess they were people, but I don't know what I was seeing. I think I'm losing my mind.
They didn't seem like people?
No, they didn't move like people. They walked, but they kind of shuffled.
Did they happen to look like sharks trying to walk on land?
I didn't see their faces or their heads, but some of them were big, and they were. I hid when I saw them.
I don't blame you.
Probably a good idea.
Could be those supposed demons that
Now for Algernon, he's probably thinking in terms of a cult. He's probably thinking of some in terms of a cult, maybe like a religious order or something that would use these symbols for communication or for sending messages. And it's just not. But he's like, yes, there's something going on with these.
Does it look like anything that I may have seen before? Does it look familiar at all, or is this like, or like anything that I can even like relate it to, even if it looks like something I haven't seen before?
The order they're laid out in, that they're drawn in.
Or Lance, yes.
That perhaps.
All right, Papa Roach.
Exactly. That perhaps it's not as much of a communication as maybe telling a story, that these shark sea beasts are transitioning, perhaps moving into something else, that he looks at it perhaps at a different view than maybe like an anthropologist might, but you're both coming to the same conclusion. We've seen these symbols before on these runes that were on the keys that the crew had on the ship.
Well then, I would like to sketch these symbols, if they match the skeleton keys, and bring them to Miss Eckerstrom.
Okay. And what was Loretta going to do?
I would also like to do that, and I would also like to get a sample of the goo.
Go for it.
Say I will.
How are you carrying said sample?
Test tube, a vial.
Okay. She have a little pocket knife or something she can use to scrape?
I imagine she would, yeah.
Okay.
I would say if not, Algernon could pull out his dagger, his ornate dagger, and hand it to her so she could scrape a sample or whatever.
I'll use the ornate dagger.
And
just be all fancy about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you've got this little bit of this sample. Okay. What would be next? Are you guys leaving from here?
About what time is it?
About 1 o'clock, 1:30. You got plenty of time.
How often do these figures come and go off the docks? Like, are they usually at night?
He's like, I've seen them at night when I've been closing up.
Okay.
And
what time is it now?
You said it's like 1:30, yeah? Like 1:30?
Yeah.
Okay. And no one has seen this, and I'll like gesture to the symbols.
No, this is just an old supply room that I don't think they use anymore, and I don't know who put it here. I didn't put it here.
No one said you did, Lance. How did you come across them if no one comes into this storage room?
I was gonna quote something from The Simpsons. This is where I come. This is where I come to cry. And I believe that's a Millhouse line.
It is.
Yes. Something similar to that.
Okay.
He's like, I just have moments during the day. I can't bring myself to deal with what I what I saw on the Morning Star.
Your nerves.
So
you should probably get some laudanum for that.
is that covered in my insurance? No.
This is the 1920s. We don't care about insurance.
You're poor. You're going to die.
There are no unions for you.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah. I don't have any money for a doctor, but I guess, yeah.
Well, thank you, Lance. Does anyone have any other questions for him?
No.
Should we go check out the Morning Star?
Yeah, since we're here.
Maybe just a quick look.
Yeah, Algernon looks like he really doesn't want to do that, but he'll go along with them.
Okay.
Someone has to protect the women's.
I mean, he's not worried about Vala at all. She's a unit.
She's
of
a behemoth.
woman.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are leaving, coming back out into the kind of the main warehouse, people are kind of now looking at you as you're walking out. Please, everyone, make me a spot hidden roll, please.
Okay.
And it's going to be, we'll say normal difficulty for now. Okay.
Nope.
Alrighty. Algernon doesn't have a clue.
Nope.
He's,
Blind, oblivious.
He's trying to ignore everything right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to dissociate. Is what I'm trying to do.
The ladies notice that as you're walking out, there's a one-man individual, or one individual in person, kind of over on the side, kind of working on a workbench. He's kind of watching you guys, but he's kind of just following you guys with this grim look as he's tightening some nuts on some engine. He's just kind of
Well, since I don't really have social skills, I'm gonna go right up to him.
Okay, all right. And he's like, "What do you want?"
I don't know. You're the one that keeps looking at us.
Why is a broad in a warehouse full of men working?
That's a good question. Why don't you ask yourself that?
Was that I know you are, but what am I?
Honestly, that's the ultimate. I know you are, but what am I?
And he takes them on this big monkey wrench, and he's like, "Listen, I don't gotta take that from you. This is a man's place. Get out of here, woman."
Well, why don't you come with us then, woman?
Oh boy. Okay. He is going to swing said monkey wrench at you.
Oh boy.
I let you, if you would like. I mean, combat has begun. You're allowed one dodge.
I will
during
attempt
combat.
it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your dodge, please. Oh boy.
No.
Okay. Yeah, he swings the monkey wrench, hits you on the arm. Let's see, the damage for that would be, I think it's 5 damage. As he just wailed on your arm. Anyone else want to jump in?
She got like a broken arm now or something?
Just
Jeez.
about,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
It's very badly bruised.
Yeah. Was that half your HP?
No, not quite.
Not quite. Okay. Yeah. So he has now like crushed her arm with this monkey wrench.
Oh boy. Okay. Algernon is gonna like reach into his vest and pull out his timepiece. And he's gonna start it up so it starts making that loud ticking sound. And he's gonna, and he's gonna sort of like walk over to the two of them after Miss Siegel was just brutally assaulted, and sort of just like holding. Just holding the timepiece in both of his hands, and just says, "I think it'd be best if we stop fighting now. If you could help us, sir. And I'm gonna try to hypnotize him into stop hurting her.
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah, he had kind of raised it at you, and he's like, he just kind of puts it down. He's like, I don't like when people call me names.
I'm sure she's very sorry.
Loretta?
Yes, I'm very sorry.
Anything from Loretta?
I'm just gonna be behind people peeking out, trying not to get hit by a monkey wrench.
Okay. Vala, I would like you to give me a spot hit. But
Okay.
I need it's going to be a hard roll, which I believe is...
Oof.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah, so he's just kind of put it down, and at this point, a supervisor has run over, and he's like, hey, what's going on here? And he's like, ma'am, your arm's hurt. What? Oh my God. And he looks over at the guy with the wrench, and he's like, Christopher, I've said it before. You got an anger problem. Just get back to work here, okay? We'll sell us out. He turns around. He's like, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry. He's an angry guy. Oh my God, is it? Can you lift your arm? Is it broken?"
No, it's not broken. Thank you for your concern. What do you intend to do on this man?
I'll like turn off my timepiece now and put it back in my vest.
He's like, I suppose I could dock him his pay for the day. This is 1925.
Yep.
Is there anger management classes?
No. That's called alcohol after work.
It's called the alcohol that's like going to the underground boxing ring or whatever.
Yeah. And he's like now trying to get you guys out. He's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, what were you guys doing here anyway? I don't recognize you guys.
We were just looking around the docks. We noticed Lance. We had met him a year prior. We just wanted to catch up.
Lance, he's like, oh, that kid's a fucking mess. He's like, just like out of charity. The wife said, you got to be a Christian to people, and kids had a rough time, and he's seeing stuff. I don't know. I'm sorry about all this.
Is he the only one around here that's seeing things?
Well, what do you mean by that? And could you give me a fast talk roll to see if you're able to...
That's not going to happen, because... yeah.
Okay.
That's really low for me.
Yeah, he's...
Dang, two 89s in a row. My goodness.
You can make a fast talk roll if you'd like. This would be to try to almost confuse him to... No. Nope.
I don't think I...
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything in fast talk.
And he's like... people
all my social stuff went in the charm.
I mean, mine did. That's exactly right, Crash.
Exactly. He's like, yeah, there's, I don't know. People say they see stuff around here. I honestly think they just drink too much, and everybody's a little stressed out since that the ferry ain't running. So I mean, there's less jobs around here, and he's like, what? So what have you heard? I mean, because I know people talk. Man, what have you heard?
Just that people have been seeing weird things around here. Maybe some mist on the ship, on the Morning Star.
some odd people, odd things.
Shuffling around.
Does any of this ring a bell?
And he says, "Nah, I you know what? I can't say I have seen anything."
But have you heard of anyone seeing that besides Lance?
He's gonna kind of clam up now, and he's, you know what? I think you got to go get your arm taken, lady. Get your arm taken care of. I mean,
You're probably correct. Thank you for your time.
Go get your arm taken.
Doesn't need to be taken just yet.
yep. And he,
Badly hurt. Tis but a
and he-
scratch.
Yeah, exactly. Just a flesh wound. So, yeah, he kind of shuffles you guys out and can't close the warehouse doors altogether, but
As best he can.
yeah.
Well, should we check the ship? Or should I go see the doctor?
Well, you should get the arm taken care of.
Can I perform first aid on myself?
I don't remember how that works. If that's first aid on yourself, or if that's I think you can, honestly. And if anyone else wants to roll first aid as well,
Let's give it a shot.
I don't recall if first aid is something you can do on yourself. Or I'm getting all my systems messed up. So, 34 now. So no.
It does not specify, from what I can tell.
Okay. Anybody else want to make a first aid roll?
I will. I will.
Okay.
I just have to add it real quick because
Okay.
I did not have it in previously.
I believe the default's 30.
It is indeed.
Okay. If only Beulah Sidebottom had come with you.
If only that medically talented lady.
You know what? I ought to keep the Professor Lawrence's sheet open because he could probably be helping you with stuff.
Nope, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's alright.
You know what? He'll try it. Let's see. Oh, no, you don't want him touching your arm. Okay. No.
Yeah,
The bones are
it
going to disappear like in Harry Potter.
just messes it up more.
Makes it
I
worse.
Roll to amputate.
Yeah, but-
No!
I can see if I could help.
Go for it, yeah.
Like, I imagine I'd have to do some of that on the job.
Oof.
No.
Don't let her near your arm.
A valiant effort.
Okay. Yeah, so it's really going to start to ache.
Well, maybe we should see the doctor first and then come back to the docks later to see if...
Agreed.
You
Okay.
can split the party if you want to.
Well, we only have the one car.
That's true.
How close is a doctor to the dock?
Let's find out.
Yeah, we gotta go see the doctor.
There's one 4 blocks from here.
Yeah, I'll hoof it over and I'll just have them meet me if they want to go and check.
It's up to you guys. If the two of you want, it could be a couple hours though, until she's seen and they make sure she's got the right copay and.
We'll send the professor with her.
Okay. All right.
He's been quiet this whole time.
It is,
He can make himself useful.
and he has a
Proper
decent
escort.
and he has a decent credit rating. Let's see if he can maybe hustle some things along. Slightly. He kind of knows the doctor's office, but they're kind of like, you got an appointment? And he's like, no, but it's an emergency. This woman's arm is hurt. Sign in. So, okay. So just so I make sure I'm understanding. So Algernon and Loretta are going to go to the ship in the meantime? Or they're going to wait?
Yes.
They are going to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. So, okay. You, it's fairly close. You find the ship still has a gangplank, but they've put up a rope, of course, that'll stop you from from getting on.
Oh yes.
It stopped us from going in areas we weren't supposed to go the first time.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, so difficult to avoid.
Yes, exactly. So when you walk up to it, it is not as nice and shiny as it was before. It has definitely not been cleaned in quite a while. There's lots of dirt along the just the outside walls. When you're kind of looking up, it doesn't look like there's anybody around. You don't see anybody on the deck.
Can I sort of just like keep an ear out and see if anything hears or like sounds off or anything?
That sounds like a listen roll.
It does indeed.
And Loretta, if you'd like to make a listen roll as well, you may.
All right.
Oh,
I got a 4.
okay. So we need to record that for next time.
Yep.
For you got a
Yep. It's been doing it all automatically.
listen roll. Okay. Yeah, you don't hear anything aside from really the creaking of the ship as it kind of rocks back and forth. But you're listening and you're like, I don't hear anybody talking. I don't hear anybody moving around from here. So yeah, you could probably bypass the rope and get up the gangplank if you'd like.
Okay, that just puts him slightly at ease, so he will do that. Yes.
All right. Yep. Okay. So now you're on the deck, and you're really kind of at the place where you had when you had originally boarded that kind of sitting area that you had been on, kind of the main deck where you guys, and to your right is the staircase that led down to where the engine was and kind of those lower decks, and ahead of you there's two stairways that would go up to the deck where the bridge was.
I would want to check out the bridge because that was the last place that we had like a significant interaction.
Yes, I was gonna say, I feel like instinctively Algernon would feel pulled to where the melted body was.
Okay. All right, you gonna go up there then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You get up there to the spot kind of near the railing. There's like a scorch mark on the deck. And there's, even after a year with rain and snow, there's still this hideous scorch mark on there. And you can make out the shape of a human hand had laid upon the deck, and it's just like scorched.
That's not creepy at all.
If you would like to make an occult roll, perhaps you might determine more, though.
I will do that.
Oh. Okay. Much better. Loretta, you're kind of looking off the deck. You're like, look, seagulls.
Just like, oh, yes, that's where that horrible melted body
Exactly.
was. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're when you're kind of examining it a little further, you're like, this is more than like just a burn mark into this wooden deck. It's almost like the wood absorbed some kind of, almost absorbed the liquid almost. So it seems like a scorch mark would probably eventually fade a little bit. This hasn't faded despite the weather and anything. It's like soaked into the wood.
I think Algernon would like almost be compelled to sort of just like line his hand up with the like scorch mark hand on the deck, and sort of just like place it there.
And when you do, you start to feel it give. Like as you put your hand on the deck, it starts to give, and the section of the deck crumbles as you push it on, and it just crumbles, and now there's a hole in the deck where now you can look. If you step back and look down, you can now see through the deck down to the level below.
Okay, I'll sort of like peek down and sort of like see like what's directly below us.
Looks like perhaps the galley that you had been in before, but it's dark. There's no lights on down there. But you're like, ooh, I smell that swamp water souffle.
That rank fishy smell.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I take a bit of the crumbled bit and put it in a...
Sure. Yep. Yeah, it's this greenish, gooish kind of stuff, but it's hardened. But even as you scrape a little bit of it, you just have to make sure you don't put any pressure on the deck, because it may crumble. So, okay, yep, you got a little bit of that.
Sort of like get up and sort of like cautiously step away from it now.
Okay.
It made the wood brittle. Looks like.
Indeed.
Looking at it from a scientific point of view, it's almost like acidic, like it burned into the wood through it, and destabilized the almost like the particles, essentially.
It did melt the guy's face off, so that would make sense.
It's like acid. That tracks, I think. Sounds about right.
Should we go down to the kitchen where they were making it?
I suppose it's not a bad idea.
Or maybe up to the captain's, not captain's quarters, where they had the steering.
The bridge,
mechanism.
yeah.
The bridge, yeah.
I say we go down.
Alrighty. This is not fine.
Okay, it's a nightmare.
Okay, so you're gonna head to the dark stairs that lead down into the ship.
Yep.
I don't recall if anyone had a flashlight.
I was just thinking that.
No.
There's always matches if you have them.
I'm sure this is a ship. I'm sure there's a lantern somewhere. So I'll look around for a lantern, I guess.
You know what? That sounds like a luck roll. Just sheer luck is, do I find something? So go ahead and make a luck roll, please.
Okay. I got 14.
Okay. Yeah, up in the kind of by the ramp, the stairs that lead to the bridge, you see a lantern sitting out.
Dope. He doesn't say that, but I do. Okay, so I pick up the lantern.
Okay.
Sort of like take out.
It has enough whale oil in it or whatever,
I'll say I'll take up my lighter, and light up the lantern.
Okay. So you're gonna, the stairs you would probably take would be, you can either go up to the bridge, and then there was a set of stairs that led from the bridge down below, or you can go down and go across the deck to that other staircase that went down towards the engine. Either way, you've either got to go up to go down, or down to go down. So, it's you really.
Well, Ms. Lacard did want to check out the bridge, so we might as well go up to the bridge and then go down from the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You go into the bridge. Nothing unusual since that you notice in here
Is
from
the
the time
door
you were here.
still kind of wrecked?
Excuse me?
Is the door still kind of wrecked?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah. So in that weird way, yes, it's about the same as it was. So the door is broken, and then there is the staircase that would lead down.
Why didn't they just decommission the ship? Looks like they kind of just left it here and forgot about it.
It is strange, for certain.
Hmm.
And so it like basically like looks exactly how it did.
Yep.
Okay.
When you creep down the stairs, with, just the light, just a little bit of light ahead of you, you come down the stairs. There's the hallway that leads forward. You can see still some faint blood stains on the floor, and then if you go left, that's where you'll get to the galley. And if you kept going straight, that would take you back to where the engine was.
Head into the galley.
Yup.
Okay. The stench has faded, but not enough. And as you creep into the galley, you see light shining down from above, from the deck, and it kind of illuminates the counter of the galley. And that's where you see the crumbled up pieces of the deck, of the ceiling. Everything has landed here in kind of a pile.
Gotcha. And I'll sort of like hold up the lantern to sort of like give me a better view of that area outside of like just the light from the hole.
Okay. Like each of you to give me a spot hidden, please.
Okay. Nope.
Oh wow. Okay. Loretta. Okay, I gotta spot hidden. Loretta, you notice something Algernon does not notice, because he has now kind of swung the lantern away to kind of look to say to his left. And as he was doing that to the right, you see this almost like a waterfall of this black ichor is like on the wall. This and it's just this thick, disgusting fluid that pulsates slowly. It's just like at this quick glance you saw it, and you're like, oh my god, there's this black ichor in the corner here.
I'm gonna tap Algernon on the shoulder. It's like, hey, there's something.
I'll sort of like turn to face her.
And it kind of undulates and shifts and moves and starts to kind of pulse kind of back and forth.
That's not normal, right? You're seeing the same thing I am?
I am.
And it moves a little bit further out. So now, Loretta, you're going to have to take a step back unless you'd like it to touch you.
Yeah, I sort of like instinctively sort of like pull her away from it. Like as I see it like go out wider than it did before, it's like, nope, we are not going near that. Thank you very much.
And it
Is
just
there
makes
something I
makes
can
this.
poke it with?
Certainly. What would you like to poke it with? You could use his knife. You could use one of your test tubes.
Is there a broomstick?
Give me a luck roll.
Barely.
1 point. By
Wow.
1 point. There is amidst the clutter on the galley deck, there is an old wooden spoon.
Okay. I'm going to take the wooden spoon and I'm going to try to gently touch it and see if anything
Okay.
happens.
As you kind of move it forward and you just start to move into the ichor, and it feels like sticking like you're stirring pudding, and you're never going to want pudding again after this. And it starts to pull the spoon.
I'm going to pull the spoon back.
Okay. And it's like doesn't want to let go of the spoon because there is no spoon. So no. I got to beat Crash on that one. So yeah, it's now pulling, not like roughly, but it's pulling the spoon back.
Can I try to yank it out?
Give me a strength roll on that. Okay, wow. Yeah, Crash is right. Yeah, you pull it back, and yeah, it is now dissolved, the end. And the end of the spoon just kind of, it's just almost like a little bit of smoke and burn mark, kind of.
Is there any remaining that I could put in like a glass vial?
No. You'd have to maybe stick the remainder of the spoon in, scoop up a little more, and maybe try to pull it back.
Well then. Trying to decide if it's worth it to get a sample of this.
And that's when, out of the black ichor, 2 streams of it splash out towards you. You can make a dodge roll if you would like. You would have to stumble back into Algernon. No. The black ichor lands on your shoulders and your chest. And
Yikes.
it just starts to pull on you. And it's not quite burning. It's just more like you feel it like kind of starting to just kind of dig into you. And it starts pulling you in towards the ichor.
Okay.
I'd like you both actually first to make a sanity roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Because usually there's not big giant piles of pudding trying to grab you. Okay.
I succeed.
But you still lose 1 sanity.
Okay.
You lose 1 sanity, and you both succeed, but you both lose 1 sanity. But now it's pulling you back. It's trying to pull her into it.
I'm going to.
Okay. I'm going to quickly sort of like place the lantern on the ground, and I'm going to like grab the back of her and like try pulling.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a contested strength roll. But yeah, go ahead and use your strength there, Algernon, to try to like pull her back.
Okay. If this does not work, I will attempt the other thing I was thinking.
Okay.
Stab it with your knife.
I do not succeed.
You do not succeed. Loretta, you can also try to kind of trying to brace yourself with your legs. You can try to make a strength roll as well if you'd like to. On the nose. Nice. You pull back. It lets you go, but your shoulders are now covered in this stuff, and it's crept through your clothes. Like you start to feel it moving, almost like when you feel like a spider on you, like moving across your shoulders.
We're getting the clothes off.
Yep. And and the arms kind of slap back into the ichor.
We're going into the hallway and getting the clothes off.
Okay.
Yep. And I just scoop up the lantern real quick and follow her with haste.
Okay. Yeah. You guys get your. Okay. And going up, going further into the ship. What is the what is the plan?
Just in the hallway. I don't want to
Okay.
be near it when I'm getting my clothes off.
Okay. All right. Yep. You strip off your. We'll say you were wearing your coat.
Okay.
We're saying the lady was wearing a coat, so it burned through your coat. Like that's definitely toast. Your shirt, it's got the stains almost, so it's through onto your skin. You feel the crawling on your skin, but the majority of it was on your coat.
Okay. I'm going to check. I'm going to quick check my shoulders really quick.
Okay.
Kind of just do that
Yeah,
with my shirt.
It's almost like a tattoo. And it's just got this creepy crawly feeling on it. But it's like you know how like a new tattoo is like raised and itchy, and so it's like that. Like this is like tattooed itself onto you.
I am not pleased.
Understatement of the evening.
I'm going to just keep my coat with me,
Mhm.
just to see if there's any like chemical stuff that I can send to get analyzed or whatever.
Of course. Yep. Okay.
I'd like to not go back into that room.
Okay, that sounds like a wise idea.
I agree.
Okay. And the creepy crawly feeling is going to just keep you on edge.
I hope it
So
goes
you
away.
are going to be at kind of a disadvantage for any rolls for the remainder of the time you're on the ship, because everything's gonna freak you out.
Yeah, understandable. Oh no.
That's right.
It's not even the 1930s; it's the 1920s. Clearly,
Which
Crash
means that
19
tattoos are even
Like-
more taboo at that point.
Exactly. On a woman?
clearly, Crash hasn't been paying close enough attention.
Okay.
We just always keep a shirt on.
Okay. All right. So you're in the hallway now. What?
Do we still want to check out the engine room?
Since we're here, yes. But then we should head back to Vala and not stay here with the aesthetic black sludge stuff.
Yes. Yes. And I'll just take a deep breath and hold up the lantern and start heading
Okay.
towards the engine room.
Okay. Get into the engine room. Give me a spot hidden, please.
Okay. Third time's the charm. Apparently not. Apparently
No.
it's not the charm.
Oh
Nope.
yeah.
Don't you're scanning around. Don't really notice anything that you didn't see the last time.
We're just not really good at spot hiddens in the engine room. Oh no. I'm gonna want to keep extra close to the light source.
Okay. So nothing unusual about the engine room.
All right. I'll sort of like gingerly step back out.
Okay.
Um,
Now there is a staircase that you can take right by there. You would not have to go back down the hallway past the ooze again. If you chose to go that way, it's up to you.
yes. I do want to take. I want to take a brief look into the kitchen area.
That's where you were before the galley. Yep.
Oh, okay.
There is also the storage closet that Lance was shoved in.
Mhm.
All
Yes, there
right,
is.
sure. I'll take a look in the storage closet then.
Okay.
Open it up and be confronted by a nightmare.
No. Well, first give me a spot hidden. So.
Finally.
Nice. In the far distant corner. Okay, you both succeeded. far distant corner. You shine the light, you see more of that ooze, almost like a black mold in
Nope,
the
I'm out.
corner. But it's just undulating is the best word I can come up with. Just shifting.
No. And I sort of just leave and then slam the door closed.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
already going back to the dock.
Okay.
Yep,
All right, so you
I'm
guys are
going
gonna
up the stairs
exit?
going up the stairs that makes me not have to go near black ooze.
Okay. Guys, get up. You're up on the dock, and you make your way off the ship. Let's switch back to Vala. She's at the doctor. I don't know if X-rays have been invented yet. Doctors, he's an average doctor. I mean, he graduated, 135th in his class. So he's not, total waste. Kind of gives you the, well, hey, miss, how'd you hurt your arm there?
A hooligan attacked me.
X-rays were invented in 1895, so they'd be around.
Okay. He doesn't have one in his office. You have to go to the hospital for that. So, what do you think I am, Rich?
He's not that fancy. He's not one of those fancy doctors.
This isn't an urgent care. Those won't be invented for almost 90 years. So, and he's hooligan. Have you called the police?
No, not yet. I wanted to make sure that my arm wasn't broken.
Hey, shrugs. Okay. Well, he's like, does it hurt when you move it like this way? And kind of grabs your arm and kind of moves it up. And it hurts like a motherfucker when you move it like that. Yeah.
Especially when you're so forceful with it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury.
Exactly.
And he's like, how about if you move it this way? Does it hurt?
Well, it hurts anyways that you're grabbing it.
And he's like, well, just don't move it that way. It might not hurt as much. He's like,
thank you, doctor, for your medical expertise.
Yeah, he's like, we'll get a cast on that and we'll set it and get a cast on. So you're probably going to be another 2 hours, we're going to say. So you got in there, let's say 2 o'clock. It's probably closer to like 5 o'clock now. And of course they're like, we close at, 5 o'clock, So you'll probably be there till at least 5 to finish up and all that. Our friends, they have gotten off the ship. Are they going to go try to find said doctor's office? Or
I believe that was the plan, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You get there, and Lawrence gives you the same information I just gave you. And yeah, Loretta, those shoulders. It's still that creepy feeling along. It just feels like something's just like creeping along your arms and kind of up along your neck, which they didn't even touch you, but
I'm gonna look very uncomfortable and keep rubbing my shoulders.
Yeah. It was just on your shoulders. Now you feel like the creepy, like along the back of your neck now.
That's not great. So the doctor is closed?
Closing because they're finishing up with Vala, but
I will.
It might be
tomorrow morning then. I'll probably bring that up.
Okay, you're gonna ask?
Yeah.
Okay. They're kind of like, well, we're getting ready to close. The wife's got a pot roast tonight, and make a persuade roll. See if maybe you can. What do you have better in charm or persuade?
I have 40 in persuade and 15 in charm.
Persuade it is. Okay. Oh no.
Oof.
Yeah, no. He's like, come back tomorrow. Sorry.
Okay.
The wife's got a roast, and we have Bible study tonight. So.
Okay.
What a life! What a life this guy's living.
Hey, it was the social life at 1925 in Providence. Okay, Vala, they finish you up. You've now got a nice cast on your arm, and you got a couple hours to kill until Miss Ackerstrom is supposed to arrive. You're supposed to meet her for drinks.
Well, may as well head there now and just
Okay.
get there early. And
Okay.
then that way they can catch me up with everything that they encountered and saw.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, and Loretta tells you about the creepy feelings on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Do you want to show it to anyone, or?
Yeah, I'll also show the coat.
Okay. Yeah, the coat's done. I mean, you got to get a new coat. When you look at her shoulders, if she kind of moves her hair, you can see that tattoo-looking thing is now grown. It is now all along the back of her neck, so it's just kind of all along here.
Oh no, this isn't great.
Does she feel that it's grown?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she.
So I don't have to point it out then.
Yeah. Well, but she hasn't been able to see that though. It's more one of those kind of like, hey, does this look infected to you?
Yeah. I'd say Algernon would take like a visible step back, just in reaction to seeing that it's spread so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Loretta, do you know that this is going up your back? Do you know it's going up your neck?
No, it kind of felt like something was happening.
Can I draw it real quick?
Of course, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to draw it.
You can take her in the ladies' room and put her up against a mirror and go, here, lady, here's what it looks like. It's up to you. I mean,
we could do that too. We could do it at the same time.
Either one. Oh no! I think
it winked at me. So yeah, I'll bring her to the ladies' room. And I'll let her kind of look at it while I'm drawing it. Then.
And Loretta, could you give me a sanity roll, please?
I think that's a fair call.
go insane.
I got this weird thing growing on me.
Oh boy. Okay. So you failed. Let me check the sanity loss here.
This is not my day.
I had it before. And I believe it is.
Well, she failed, then she's definitely
got
it.
Yep. It's a 1d4. Okay, so. And you are going to lose 3 more points of sanity.
Okay.
Because you're like, what is this thing growing on me?
I do not want it to grow on me.
Okay, so appetizers and drinks at the hotel bar while you wait for Miss Ackerstrom to arrive.
Yes, a nice tall glass of water. Because
ice cold.
Isn't prohibition going on at this moment?
Exactly.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah,
we would like some water.
And this is a reputable establishment. They don't, if you probably slid the bartender, 50 cents or something.
They would never sully their name.
Exactly.
Give us one of those good old-fashioned Coca-Colas with the cocaine in it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Slide you over a Coca-Cola, and everything feels better now.
I wonder why.
By about 7:00, the elevator chimes in the lobby, and out steps a rather glamorous-looking woman, kind of long blonde hair. Dressed in a very European style, gracefully steps from the elevator and kind of glances around and kind of walks over to the bar and sees the three of you, and she's like, Good evening. I am looking for Vala.
That's me. Are you Miss Ackerstrom?
I am.
I am so pleased to meet you.
She-
Finally.
Yeah, she shakes your hand and looks to your friends.
This is Loretta Lacard and Algernon Blackwater.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is my first time in America. You will pardon my English. It is not as good as I would like.
It sounds wonderful to me.
I'm very much interested in seeing these keys in person. Do you have them with you?
I do. Is this a place where I feel comfortable bringing them out, or should we find...
Probably not, no.
Okay. Miss Ackerstrong, I would like to show you, but I think we should find someplace a little bit more private.
Okay. And that's where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Oh no.
Because then next episode we're going to pick up with what does she find on the keys. So.
And does the tattoo spread?
Yep. A part of Algernon was like, he was freaked out by it, but another part of him was like, what if I hold up my lighter, like right him next to it, react to it? What'll happen?
I was waiting for it. So.
I mean, there might still be a little bit on the coat.
There's still time. Who's to say? But yes, the thing that I was gonna do if Loretta didn't get free was I was just gonna take the lamp and just throw it into the pillar of ooze.
That's fair.
And see what happens.
In a way, I was hoping you were going to do that. I was like, and I hope he fails because it would have ended badly. So.
I'm sure.
Oh no.
So, okay. Well, thank you, everyone. That was an awesome session. I really like the way this is going.
Quick question before we
course,
leave,
yeah.
because I did see the doctor. Do I regain any health?
You do. You're gonna gain back. We're gonna go back 2 for right now.
Okay.
So he didn't prescribe you anything
Nah.
fun to go with it, but yeah, we'll say you get back 2 health.
Cool.
Okay. And does anyone have anything tonight they would like to plug or mention going on?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I also got nothing.
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, again, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Again, please give the video a like so we can continue to make all these fun, creepy videos for you. We will be back next Friday night with episode 4. Next Wednesday, please join us for another episode of the Trash Mob, our Dungeon World campaign. And then next Thursday, you're going to see your friend Aloysius here again as we begin the first group episode of Controlled Burn, our Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Very
it will.
excited.
It will, really.
Because all of the solo episodes have been very chaotic so far. So
I'm sure everything will be fine. So
I'm sure.
Okay, well, that's the upcoming schedule, folks. Thanks again for joining, and we will see you again next week. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.